Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have another 3v3 Iron Man, and it is going to be $300 per team, so the winning team will win $300 and the losing team will lose $300. Also, make sure to go check out the Coliseum Discord, link down below at the top of the description. If you go ahead and check that out, you can play Iron Man's, money matches, anything like that. Make sure to go ahead and check it out, and with that being said, let's just hop right in. So we're going to have 0-3-0 on Team 1 versus Wally on Team 2. And then we will go ahead and we're going to see Wally win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot and decide to go ahead and go first. 40 versus 40. Gotta love to see it. Opening hands, we have Talons, Barry, Nerval, War, and Barry. So we have the Bird Tri-Brigade deck. This is actually a deck post-BODE that I want to test out more. I think the deck definitely has some potential behind it. So I wanna test this out. And then they have Oshina, Ecclesia, Peak, Long Young, and Effect Veiler. So, also I forgot to say at the beginning, this is post-BODE. Pretty obvious now that we've seen the hands. But we're going to see SwordSoul Tenny versus Tri-Brigade Birds. So this should be a pretty good matchup. They're going to go ahead and Long Young, discard, special summon, bring out a token, and then get rid of those, go for Floor, burn the opponent for 12. Doesn't seem like they actually know what these cards do, because they said reading on Long Young, which is interesting. They're going to normal summon effect, tribute, summon out the Tai-Yi, and then Tai-Yi effect, banish from the graveyard, summon out a token, and then get rid of those, go into the Synchro, you're going to get the Synchro and the Tai-Yi effect. So Chainlink 1, question mark, Chainlink 2, question mark. Are they saying, it looks like they're saying that they took too long. Let's see, how long did it actually take them to declare these effects? So the special summon declared the effect as Chainlink 1. I mean, it kind of did take forever to do that. Then you announced Chainlink 2. Puh. You have to declare effects, right? You dumb. I mean, that's the thing though, is if it takes you 5 seconds to declare the next effect, shouldn't you just write it down in the DB chat? Like, I hate it whenever people do that. When they have 2 effects to activate, and they'll declare one, and then go ahead and declare the other one 5 seconds later. Like, why not write it out? Like, that's how people did it on DB for years. They even did that back on DN for years, and it made so much more sense. And now the declare button's there, and people are just getting lazy. And now we're having judge calls like this because people can't press declare quick enough. It's so whack. They should just never had put the declare button there. It's so easy just to say effect. It's literally EFF, effect. So now they're waiting for a judge here. Let's see. So here we go. We're gonna have Nest judge in there. Why would he type Chainlink 1 if he was only using one effect? He took 1 second. I mean, it did take 5. Yeah, we saw that. I don't know how this was 1 second. Anyways, I'll give a warning for UC Minor to Hani. This is Hani. 1 second during this match, or a second one during this match, will result in a game loss. I will allow the chain block. Also, I'm forcing you to type out your chain links since now. There we go. That's how it should always be. But there we go. We had a judge call, so fair enough. Go ahead. Peak, summon, effect, reveal, summon out token. And then they're going to go ahead and get rid of those, go for Drag Guy. I really don't see any reasons to not allowing it. You can ask opinions to other judges in the judge channel later after this match. I mean, I don't think this player cares that much about it. It kind of seems like they were okay with the warning for it. But I completely agree with this player. Like, just type out your effects. It's literally so simple. Don't be lazy. Mo Yi draw into appears, and then they're gonna set the sudden shift and pass turn. And they draw Nerval, few multiples in hand. They're gonna special summon out War effect a special summon, and then they're gonna chain Synchro to go ahead and negate that. and then normal summon out Nerval, activate sudden shift to pop, and then Nerval effect to go search. Nerval will go ahead and search out the Kuraz, and then discard Nerval to special summon out Kuraz, and then activate the Kuraz effect, banish 2, chain effect Veiler to go ahead and negate that, and then Berry effect. They're going to go ahead and chain Floor to negate that. I'm pretty sure this is only used once per turn. Yeah, you can only use the effect of this once per turn. It's not activate, so they can't activate another one, and if they activate talents, that's getting negated 100%. So pass, draw Ecclesia. This is just game. Activate the effect, go ahead, pop, normal summon, battle phase, boom. So moving on into a game 2 now, we are going to get to see the Bird Tri-Brigade deck go ahead, and they are going to decide to go first. Opening hands, we have Desires, Wagtail, Nerval, War, and Swallow. So this card is pretty interesting in this deck. It allows you to go ahead and search Bird Call. It's the only target you're playing in this build. You're not playing like a pure build. And then they have Tai, Veiler, Tai appears in Ash Blossom. So they have multiple hand traps going second, plus they have their engine here. So they're going to go ahead and activate Desires. And they could easily, like, appears, go search out Long Young, summon Long Young, and then summon Tai. So, like, they have, like, multiple plays on their own turn. They're going to Ash the Desires, looking at the banishes. We see a Harpy's Featherstorm. This is a card that a lot of people siding going first in this deck, because you flip this card, you skill drain your opponent the entire turn. It's insane. I do think main decking this card is wrong, by the way. I've seen a lot of people main deck this in a lot of different decks. I don't think it's really right. So a lot of those decks just aren't playing enough going second cards. And that's like a really heavy going first card most of the time. Unless if you're playing like an actual Harpy deck. They're going to Veiler the War. Honestly, they're just pushing through these hand traps like it's nothing. They're going to special summon effect, go ahead and search the Bird Call. This card's nuts. Then they're going to go ahead and overlay, effect, go search, detach, go grab that, and then activate Bird Call, search out Berry, and then special summon this out, get that effect, go ahead and search out Berry, and then they're going to overlay, and then activate that effect, detach, go search out Nerval, and then they're going to go for the F-Zero Draco here, set up a monster negate, and then normal summon out Nerval, Nerval effect, banish 2 from the graveyard, go for Blossom, and then they're just going to turn those into the Simorgh. Okay. Then they're going to get Nerval, Blossom, go search Fractal, draw, and then put back. And then special summon out Berry, special summon that out from the graveyard, overlay, and then they get to use... Oh, never mind. It's not under one of those. My bad. I was thinking about this one. Whenever you overlay with it, you get to attach one from the graveyard. But they're going to go ahead and activate the Wagtail effect to equip itself from the graveyard. So now this card, it can't be Snatch Stealed. Like, they can't Talons take this because of Berry. It's also getting a 200 attack because of Berry. It can't be targeted. And then it's getting 500 attack for each material. It's not a once per turn bounce. And when it's outed, you get to add one back from the graveyard. Like, there's so much going on with just this one card. End phase, Simorgh. Summons out the Apex Avian. Alright, interesting choice for the deck. I mean, this isn't bad by any means. Just very interesting that they are deciding to not go for like a Revolt setup. I think Revolt is a pretty strong option. But I guess to be fair, you wouldn't be able to bury into Robin the same turn that you set up your Revolt play, just because you're either getting locked into XYZs or getting locked in the Tri-Brigade. So yeah, you really have to decide which one you want to go for. And I guess like in this scenario, you just go for this. But I really like Revolt. Helps you play around stuff like Droplet, Dark Ruler. They're going to draw into it evenly there. And then activate Appears, go search out the Long Young. The normal summon effect, banish from the graveyard, cool, summon out a token. On that summon, go ahead and bounce the token, and they emit defeat. So now moving on into the next game, we're going to see the SwordSoul Tenny deck be going first. Also, they could have sided into the Arch Nemesis, which if you activate that and you call wins by destroying Floor, you know, I hate to say it, but that's handshakes. Like, you're literally skipping your opponent's turn. Well, I mean, they would have, like, the Tri-Brigade stuff to play with, but, you know, you're cutting off an entire part of the deck with just that. And then you'd still have, like, your monster negate on field, your main synchro. They draw Berry, Droplet, Talent, Storm, and Swallow. And then they have Ashina, Chalice, Moyi, Ashina, and Tai. I'm saying, like, that Arch Nemesis is the card that, like, is really good about this deck, because everyone's playing stuff like these going second and not actual hand traps, which makes the Arch Nemesis just like an FTK in a lot of matchups. So special summon, go ahead, go for the Monk, and then normal summon Moyi, effect reveal Tai, summon out a token, and then get rid of those, go ahead and summon out the Synchro, get those effects. Okay, then they're going to draw Peak, go search out the sudden shift there, and then activate Ashina. Ashina will be banishing itself, summon out Adara, and then get rid of those, go for the Shaman. Shaman effect, discard to special summon it right back out, and then activate the effect, banish, summon out a token, and then they're going to go ahead and activate the Adara effect to banish itself and add back. So add back to Moyi there. Then get rid of those. Go for the Tenyi. And then they're going to get Tai. Tai, go ahead and dump the Bushuda. Set Sudden Shift, set Chalice, and pass. Okay, so with this end board, they have Monster Negate here. This isn't a negate, but it is a banish for a monster effect. They have Sudden Shift, which will pop stuff. They have Chalice. They have follow-ups. So, let's see. They draw into a Sparrow. I mean, they do kind of have the nuts hand. Like, I'm not going to lie. They open Lightning Storm Droplet, the combo. Go ahead, hit back row. They're going to chain Chalice, target Shaman. You know, just making it so that way it's getting a 400 attack there. And then in response, they're going to chain Droplet, get rid of 2, negate those 2. So hit the back row, negate the monsters. They just went from 4 interruptions to 0. And then Berry effect, special summon out Berry and special summon one back out from the graveyard. And then they're going to get that effect to go search, go grab the Wagtail. And also they are locked into the XYZ technique this turn. So no links. Go ahead, overlay. We're going to summon it and attack, effect on Shaman. Ooh, alright. So something that the bird deck can do, if you read this card's second effect, it says all battle damage you take from battles involving this XYZ summon card is also inflicted to your opponent. So a cheesy way to win with the deck is to just attack into your opponent's stuff and make them take the damage for it. It sounds weird, but it definitely works. Then they're going to go ahead and use the effect to go search. It's like an alternative win condition with this deck. And then Swallow, special summon that, special summon out the Wagtail. Wagtail, go search Bird Call. That's what you're always searching in this build. Overlay, go for this. And then they're going to activate the Starling to boost Shaman. Chain Link to Starling, which is this, to go ahead and attach from the graveyard. And then activate the effect, go search out Nerval. And then Bird Call will go ahead, add Berry, and then special summon out the War effects, special summon out the Berry, and then overlay those, go for the Assembled, Battle Phase. They're going to attack directly here twice. It's 1200 because of the Berry making it gain 200 also. And then they're going to activate that effect. So now what this does is this makes it so that way you can attach material from this card. Until the end of this turn, the bird monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Also, you take no damage from the battles. So now, they get to attack this. This has a pretty big boost on it right now, right? It was gaining 900 from this, 600 from this, so 15, 31, plus the 400 from Chalice. So it's at 35 right now. But yeah, this shouldn't go to graveyard. But this is 35, so that, I mean, it's going to be game. Seems like there's just a lot of lag right here, but we'll see it in a second. Way more than 17. Yeah, 35, attack. They're going to take 7,000. And then they had taken 12 from this. So they're reading. Yeah, it seems like they just want to make sure everything's right. Are you sure you take no... Are you sure? Because you take no battle damage. I mean, Nesh agreed also in DMs. You can ask him, you take no damage, so how am I taking damage? It's in a YuGiOh organization thing. I take the next thing back. I might have misunderstood him. But it looks like they went ahead and they probably read what this was, or a judge told them, and they admitted defeat. So, yeah, they are taking the damage there. And we are going to see the Bird Tri-Brigade deck win the first match after losing the rock, paper, scissors, shoot, by the way. So now, moving on into match number 2. We're going to see Edvin versus actually King of Games. And we are going to go ahead and see a few ties. And then we're going to see 0-3-0 win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and decide to go first. 40 versus 40. Gotta love to see it. Opening hands, we have Barry, Nerval, Bird Call, Apex, Avion, and a 1-for-1. So this definitely works, for sure. And then they have Foolish, Fractal, Sparrow, Nerval, and War. So it's the mirror match now. Okay. Go ahead, 1-for-1, get rid of that. Like I said, this is a deck I want to try out more. So seeing a mirror match allows me to see like more plays. Then they're going to get the effects there. Go search out Wagtail. Nerval, search out Fractal, and then activate Bird Call. Bird Call will go ahead and search out Swallow, and then special summon out the Wagtail. Wagtail effect, this is going to go search Follow Up, and then overlay those, and then get that effect to go search, and then that's going to go search out the War from the deck to the hand, and then activate the Swallow effect, special summon that out, special summon out the War effect to special summon out, and then they're going to overlay. And then get that effect to go search. So go ahead, search the Nerval from the deck to the hand. And then go for the F-Zero, go for the F-Zero Draco. And then normal summon out the Fractal. Fractal effect to banish 2. And then they are going to special summon out the Blossom. Blossom effect to special summon. And then that's going to special out Nerval. Go ahead, get rid of those. Go for the Samorg. Blossom effect to draw. And then put back the Apex. Since, you know, that's what you're going to be summoning at the end phase, may as well put that back for free. Fractal effect to get itself off field to dump. And then they're going to activate Nerval effect to banish 2 to special summon out the double Dragon Lords. And then special summon out Barry and bring out 1 from the graveyard, overlay. And then they're going to get this effect to go ahead and attach from the graveyard. So they get to attach the Sparrow. And then Wagtail effect to attach itself. So this will be a pretty beefy end board, honestly. End phase, go ahead and summon out the Apex Avion. Like, the thing about this end board is, like, a Dark Ruler obviously would be extremely strong here, getting to wipe all of this away. But a Droplet would still be kind of interesting because they just have so many different interruptions that I feel like you'd have to Droplet at least, like, you know, 3 of these, 4 of these maybe, and that's a lot of cards that you're using. Oh, all right, let's see. That was a perfect draw, by the way. That was actually that was a beautiful draw. Otherwise, that would have just been scoop next game. So let's see. That's what I'm saying. Like, look, Droplet, get rid of 4. I mean, to be fair, they're still playing here though. Like, they have a War. They just discarded this. They just got rid of a Nerval. Foolish is still sending. Like, they're not in a bad spot here. They're going to get Kit Nerval effect. So that will go ahead, dump. Hold up. This dumps Tri-Brigades. This is not a Tri-Brigade. Yeah. Go ahead, dump Fractal. And then special summon out War effect. Special summon out from the graveyard. Let's see, will they win here? Get the effect to go search. I mean, it looks like they're just gonna get the combo for free. Thinking, you okay? Yeah, just thinking. Spent 4 minutes. Just checking in on them, like, hey, you good? Go ahead and summon this out. Activate the effect to go search. And then now we'll go search out the Wagtail from the deck to the hand. And then activate Swallow effect, special summon out Swallow, special summon out the Wagtail. Wagtail, go search Bird Call. And then overlay those. Then get the effect to go search. That will go ahead and that will grab the Nerval. Then, go for the F-Zero, go for the Draco. Now they can't get hit with a hand trap or anything. And then normal summon out the Nerval. Nerval effect to banish. So they're going to banish 2. Special summon out Blossom. Blossom effect, special summon out Fractal. And then said, please a bit faster. I did nothing in your turn until now. Might want a judge if you don't do a decision. Make a decision. Alright, so pretty much telling them, like, hey, don't slow play. They could have also used Blossom effect there, but they decided not to. Activate Fractal effect. Banish 4, special summon out Omen. Omen effect to banish. And then that's going to banish Nerval. Activate the Bird Call. Go search out Barry. And then get rid of those. Go for Omen. Alright, Silver effect. It's going to make these lose 600 attack here. And then activate the Barry effect. Special summon out Barry. Special summon out the Swallow. Overlay. Go for the Assembled. And then they are going to get this effect to go ahead and attach one from the graveyard. And then Wagtail effect and go ahead and attach itself. And then they're going to go ahead, battle phase, attack over. Alright, they're going to use the effect to tag itself out, but it's still negated. Then they're going to attack this, and they admit defeat. Alright, so going on into the next game. That top deck was just, it was the top deck they needed. Going on to the next game, we're going to see 0-3, Obi going first. Opening hands, we have Wagtail, Order, Swallow, Harpies, and Talons. Unfortunately, this is nothing. You have to control a Winged Beast to special summon this out, and then you also have to special summon one out from hand. So they can't, like, normal summon Wagtail, special summon this out, and then overlay, because that's just not how it works. And then they have War, Swallow, Kit, Fractal, Bird Call. So they're just going to normal summon, set, pass, draw Droplet. 6 card again, by the way. Go ahead, activate Bird Call, chain Order. So, go ahead, trade with that. Fractal effect, so that's going to discard itself. Chain the Harpies Featherstorm to just make it so that way they're under skill drain this turn. Special summon, normal summon, well, like a really, like, insane skill drain. Skill drain times, like, 10. Special summon, battle phase, attack over. This doesn't negate, it just makes it so that way, well, I guess it does negate, but it negates anything that would be activated. And this doesn't activate to gang attack. Main phase 2, go for a Zeus, pass, draw Wag, and then Order's going to make them take 700. And then pass turn, draw War, take 700, move to the main phase, and then they're going to activate Zeus effects. So Zeus go ahead, wipe, normal summon Kit, Kit effect to banish from the graveyard, and then special summon, this is just going to be game, switch to attack, battle phase, and that is going to be it for that match. So now moving on into match number 3, we're going to see YuGiBroly versus actually King of Games. Alright, this should be a good match. We're going to go ahead and see King of Games when the rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Decide to go first. 40 versus 40. You gotta love to see it. Opening hands, we have Celestial, Torn Scales, Fusion Destiny, Dark Ruler, and Talents. Interesting that they are deciding to go ahead and play these hard-going second cards. I think they're not bad at all. But if you play against, like, certain matchups, these cards can just be almost useless. Like the Phantom Knight Mirror match, if they're going for the artifacts, then these cards don't do anything. You're locked out of your extra deck. That's a handshake. If you're playing against the SwordSoul deck and they go for Arch Nemesis, well, guess what? These cards don't do anything. That's a GG. So while these cards are like extremely good, the format starts shaping to where, you know, Dark really just doesn't matter as much, or Talents doesn't matter as much, then these cards might not be in the list later on down the road. Then they have Fractal, Droplet, Tanky, Upstart, and Berry. So they're going to start the turn by Tanky, go search out Fractal, Upstart, draw into a Nerval, and then discard Fractal to go dump the Wagtail. And then Berry effect, special summon out Berry, special summon out one from the graveyard. Effect to go search out the Bird Call. And then overlay those, and then get the effect to go search. So go ahead, it's going to grab the Sparrow, and activate Bird Call, search that out, and then special summon out the Sparrow. And then they get that effect to go grab War. And then Swallow effect, special summon that out, special summon out the War. War effect is special summon out. They're putting so many bodies on board and they haven't even normal summoned yet. And then overlay. But the thing is will they be able to set up a good enough board to beat the opponent's Dark Ruler? Having the dotKuro in deck is actually huge versus this matchup. That's actually like insane that they have that. And then they're going to overlay. They get the effect of the Swallow to go ahead and attach from the graveyard, and then Wagtail effect to attach itself. So this is a really beefy XYZ. Set Droplet, pass, draw Fogblade, move to the main phase, Dark Ruler the opponent, and then normal summon out Torn Scales. Torn Scales effect, discard Fogblade to try to go dump the Ancient Cloak, but they're going to chain Droplet to negate the Torn Scales. And then now they're going to go ahead and activate Fusion Destiny. Fusion Destiny will be dumping 2 bricks. Special summon out the Enforcer. End phase, Enforcer effect, pop the Torn Scales, pop the Draco, pass, draws Droplet. Could they not have just gone Battle Phase, Phoenix Enforcer, beat over this? I mean, I guess they get to go ahead and add back. How much attack does it actually have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's at 27. But then it's losing 400 from this. So it can't be over this. Alright, and if they out this, then they get Nerval Search. They get the effect to add 1 back. Alright, yeah, they just definitely don't want to out that. Activate the Fractal effect. Fractal will go ahead, discard itself, dump Kit, dump Nerval, Nerval, go grab Kit, and then normal summon out Kit, and they're going to let this go, so they're going to let them banish, banish Force, summon out Omen, Omen effect, and then chain Enforcer, chain Droplet, so Droplet go ahead and negate Enforcer, and then Omen to banish it. Then get rid of those, go for Blossom, Omen effect to go search, Omen will search out the Fractal here, and then Blossom effect, special summon out the Fractal. This should just be game, even though they're at 9,000. Effect to banish, so they're going to go ahead, they're going to banish 4, and then special summon out the Omen, and then go Battle Phase, attack. They're going to activate Fogblade there, banish, special summon out Torn Scales, and then activate that effect to go ahead and bounce it. It does get banished because of Fogblade. And then attack, 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 and attack. Oh, wait, this actually isn't game. Oh, yeah, because they had to detach 1. Okay, okay. So not game here. Effect to attach itself. Doing a good amount of damage there. Go for a silver, and then just passing turn. Draw Torn Scales. Then they're going to normal summon out Torn Scales, silver effect, special summon out, and then Omen effect will go ahead and banish the Torn Scales. Alright, guess they just set Talons, Celestial effect to go ahead and draw. Banish, draw E-Telly, draw Talons. Alright, then they're going to activate Talons, and this is going to be drawing there. They said take. They actually can't take this because... Where is it? Oh, right there. First one. Nice. Barry says that the XYZ ganks 200 attack. Also, its control cannot switch. So, literally saying you cannot Talons this. Hopefully they catch that here, because, like, otherwise, look at this thing. Like, this might just be game. Just, oh, they admit defeat. Couldn't take my bad. There we go. I mean, they could have just taken it back and went for the draw, right? So it couldn't take. Why? Barry. Oh, that's insane. It is pretty insane. So going on to the next game, we're going to be seeing Jib go first. Opening hands, we have Boots, Dasher, Seer, Ancient Cloak, Order. You know, just casually drawing one of the bricks again. And then they have Evenly, Barry, Bird Call, Karaz, and Swallow. So they're going to normal summon, special summon, get rid of those. Go for the Cherubini effect, dump Torn Scales. And then activate Seer effect, special summon itself out as an extender there. And then go for Rusty effect to dump and set. So, you know, dump and set. Banish, dump Wings, Torn Scales effect, special summon itself out. Wings effect, banish the special summon out the Ancient Cloak effect, make Rusty gain 8. Overlay for Breaksword, Rusty effect, pop Breaksword effect, special summon out from the graveyard. And then they're going to link those off, go into Anaconda effect, pay 2k, dump the bricks, summon out Enforcer, and then banish Boots, go search Fogblade, and then Ancient Cloak to go search out Boots. And then set and pass. So, you know, this isn't like an insane end board, or I wouldn't want to say like it's not an insane end board, because they have Order on top of it. But let's say they didn't draw Order, like they just had like a regular combo there. They'd have like Fog Blades and Enforcer. And the thing about all those interruptions is that they all produce follow-up in their own way, which is like really, really good. But it's not like the best end board the deck can have. It's still not bad though. And it doesn't like lose to stuff like Droplet, I can't talk. Droplet, Dark Ruler. But also, the opponent just drew Droplet as the 6th, because they're insane. They keep doing that. They're going to go ahead and activate Evenly here, and then chain the Phoenix Enforcer, and then chain Fogblade. Okay, so they're going to go ahead and just have to banish that. Then Enforcer effect. I mean, I don't know. If you're the opponent, do you just chain Droplet, get rid of Evenly to negate Enforcer? And then, like, none of that stuff can go to graveyard? Like, they're going to have to banish until they have 1 because Droplet's going to get rid of Evenly? I feel like maybe you do. Like, it just cuts off so many resources just to trade with, like, Droplet. And they're pretty much, like, going to have to guaranteed banish the Enforcer. Because the thing is, like, and, like, they couldn't even, like, chain something like an Order or, like, a Judgment because you'd be activating Droplet, getting rid of a trap. I feel like that's such a good play there. Because, like, you're just banishing all of this face down. Like, you're leaving your opponent to either want to have, like, an Enforcer, a Rusty on field, or have an interruption. Because the Enforcer would have already been used. Bird Call, chain Order. And then they're going to go ahead. We went over this last time. They can't do that. Yeah. This has to special something out with it. And now they just admit defeat. So going on into the next game, we're going to see the Bird player be going first. Opening hands, we have Talons, Dark Ruler, Wielder, Droplet, Torn Scales. And then they have Nib, Kit, 1-for-1, dotKuro, and Nib. So they're going to start this off by activating 1-for-1. Get rid of the Kit, and special summon out the Sparrow. They're going to get both those effects. So Kit, go dumb, Nerval. Sparrow, go search out Wagtail. Nerval effect to go search, Nerval. And then that will be grabbing the Fractal. Normal summon out Fractal effect. Banish, special out Blossom. Blossom effect, special Wagtail. Wagtail effect, go search Bird Call. And then they're going to overlay, go for the XYZ effect, boost up Fractal effect, go search out for the War. And then Bird Call, go search Barry, special summon War effect, special summon out Wag. And then overlay for the XYZ effect, boost Fractal effect to go search. And then this will go ahead and search out the Swallow from the deck to the hand. And then getting rid of those, go for an Appaloosa, Blossom effect, draw, and then put back. So they're going to draw War, put back Nib, special summon out Swallow, special summon out War, and then go ahead and turn those into the assembled there. And then just go for the F-Zero, and then go for the F-Zero Draco. Special summon out Berry, special summon out Swallow, and then, yeah, and then they're just going to be using this to attach there, using that own effect to attach. They're just kind of skipping a step there just to make it quicker. Pass, draw Rhoda, but the whole board is just going to get hit with Dark Ruler, negate it, and then activate Rhoda, go search out Boots, and then normal summon Torn Scales effect, discard Boots to go dump, and then that's going to dump Ancient Cloak, special summon out Wielder, and then go for a Cherubini. Big think there, Cherubini effect, dump, and then Ancient Cloak effect, banish itself, go search Boots, Torn Scale effect, special summon itself out, and then they're going to special summon out Boots, so now they can get hit with Nib at any point, turn those into a Rusty effect. Alright, they're going to let this go, so they're going to dump Stain, set Fogblade, and then activate Ragged Gloves to banish and dump the Fogblade. Fogblade effect, banish to try to special summon out Boots, chain dotKuro, hit the Boots, activate Talons, and then that's going to take the F-Zero, battle phase, beat over these, so attack over. They don't have a Nerval under it, but they can still get the effect to grab back. What? I swear. Yeah, at this card in your possession, sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card. You can target one other in your graveyard, add it back. I mean, like, this is the opponent's card in this scenario. So, should have went ahead and grabbed back. Maybe they don't know about that. I mean, they forgot about Barry. They didn't know, where was it? They didn't know this had the special summon itself and another one from the hand. So, you know, maybe they just don't know the cards that well. Then go ahead, Boots, banish itself, go search out Shade, and then set Shade, activate it. Then go for a Link Spider, go for Anaconda. On that summon, they're going to activate Nib. So tribute everything, pass over a token. The thing here is, though, is that the opponent has nothing. Like, our Phantom Knight player doesn't have a lot here, but they have way more than the opponent. Like, worst comes to worst, they could just Fogblade, Nib, Droplet, get rid of Fogblade, summon Rusty, F, and then, like, that does something. Pass, draw E-Telly. Then they're going to switch to attack and attack over, and then just pass. So they're deciding to play this a bit slow, probably because they feel comfortable having Fogblade and Droplet as interruptions. They don't want to play into like a hand trap or anything. Also, the opponent chose to not set the anti-spell. I'm not 100% sure why they chose not to set that card. Maybe it's because they didn't want to flip it, knowing that one of their ways out of this is drawing spells. So just hold it in the hand for something that they could put back with the Tri-Brigade effect, maybe. So they're just going to set 2, pass, draw Torn Scales, and then flip anti-spell here. They're going to chain E-Telly. E-Telly will go ahead and summon out the Psychic Tracker. And then battle phase, token attack, activate Revolt. Revolt will go ahead and summon out bodies. The thing here is, though, that this is still just game. In response to chain Droplet, get rid of Fogblade, negate in half that. They go search out Kit. This has 15, 16, beat over for 100. Token has 56 attack directly for Gabe. So, attack, Psychic Tracker, attack for game. So, yup, they're going to go ahead and they're admitting defeat. So we're going to see Phantom Knights win that match. Now moving on into the next match, we're going to see GG XD versus That's Game Gabe. And then we're going to see Gabe win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot and decide to go first. 40 versus 40. Gotta love to see it. Opening hands, we have Talents, Boots, Graph, Fogblade, Torn Scales. And then they have Vishuda, Desires, Imperm, Vishuda, Long Young. So they're going to start off by discarding, special summon out a token, go for Floor, burn the opponent for 12, and then activate Desires. Now setting up a negate before they go ahead and activate this. So banish 10, we see 2 Thais there, a sudden shift, there's like 2 Moyis, but there's still 1 left in deck. They probably have no Thais left. So draw into a Desires and sudden shift. Also we see Chalice there, which is a card that's being more and more popular post BODE. A lot more people are testing it out. And then they're going to set Imperm, pass, draw Droplet, normal summon out the Torn Scales, and then special summon out Boots. Then get rid of those, go for Cherubini, hold in the Torn Scales effect to discard and dump. Can be really good, especially with something like Graph once you have Cherubini up. So Cherubini effect, dump the Ancient Cloak there. And then they're going to be banishing the Ancient Cloak to go search. So go ahead and grab from the deck to the hand a Stained, Torn Scales effect, special summon itself out. You know, they're going to let this go through. And then Stained effect, put itself on field. Torn Scales effect, discard Graph, and then go dump. They're going to dump Wings, Graph effect, special summon out Seer, protected by the Cherubini. Oh, they said think on the Graph. Is that 3 or 4? Yeah, this is level 3. You can choose to increase it if you want to, but there's no reason for them to do that in this scenario. Go ahead, go for the Sea Dragon effect, special summon out the Ancient Cloak, and then they are going to overlay for a Breaksword. Breaksword effect, target itself in Floor, so this can't be destroyed by card effects here. Yeah, that is going to make it so that way they chain Imperm to negate. Then get rid of all those, go for Appaloosa, and then Seer effect to special summon back out the Cherubini. And then activate Wings. Wings will banish to special summon out Stain. Boots to go search Shade. They don't have any traps in the graveyard here. And then activate Shade. Go ahead, then go for Unicorn. Droplet to try to negate Floor. And then they're going to chain Floor to negate because they didn't get rid of a monster. And then Talents to look at the hand, rip, and then slap those into access code, effect, gain attack. And they still have the Fogblade in graveyard that can summon out Breaksword, so now they just access code, pop, battle phase, attack, Fogblade banish, Breaksword game. So moving on into game 2 now, we are going to go ahead and we are going to see our SwordSoul player decide to be going first. Opening hands, we have Boots, Talents, Dark Ruler, Celestial, Torn Scales. Come on, let's see an arch nemesis from the opponent. Summon it and actually just be game. And they have Chalice, Appears, Moyi, Tai, and Imperm. So they're going to start this off by activating Appears. Okay, this hand wouldn't even be able to do it anyways. Because all they would have if they didn't activate Appears would be normal summon out Moyi, effect, reveal, Synchro 8, but they wouldn't have like enough attributes or anything to even go ahead and go for the play. So maybe they did side it in, but they can't go for it here. Go search Long Young, discard special summon, bring out token. Then go for Floor. Decides to not Long Young, burn the opponent for 12, which is an interesting strategy. Oh, but they take the 12 anyways. Honestly, I wouldn't do that. I would just, you know why? The opponent didn't declare it. Go for that. They get the dump off of the Tai, and then search off of the Synchro. Go grab the Sudden Shift. And then set pass, draw Rhoda. Okay, alright. Activate Dark Ruler, negate the monsters. And then activate Rhoda. Rhoda, go search out the Ancient Cloak. And then normal summon Torn Scales. Torn Scales, discard the Ancient Cloak. They're going to chain Imperm to hit this, which is decent. It's not that great. Special summon out Boots. On the summon, Sudden Shift, go ahead out those. They could still keep going here. Ancient Cloak, go search out Stained. Torn Scales, summon itself out. Stained, summon itself out. And then they're going to overlay, go for Break Sword effect to try to pop the back row, chain Chalice on this, so that way they can't just go ahead and special summon out from the graveyard. But they can just activate Boots. Boots, go search Shade, activate Shade, Link Spider, and then they're going to turn those into the Anaconda. And then Anaconda, dump the Fusion Destiny, dump the bricks. This outs Floor effect, pop, graveyard effect. And then come back. They draw Ecclesia. That's not going to do anything versus an Enforcer. So they're going to go ahead, special summon out the Ecclesia, and then just say GG's. Yeah, GG's. Okay, so we are going to see Team 1 go ahead and win the $300 here. This was actually like an excellent Iron Man. I love seeing post-BODE matches. Like compared to current format, post-BODE, 437 times better than current. And it's great. Like it feels like it's somewhat new Yu-Gi-Oh! Like with actual new cards coming out, people playing different stuff instead of just the regular old stuff. It's actually great. So yeah, this was nice. Again, go ahead and check out the Coliseum Discord, link down below in the description if you want to play anything like this. 1v1 wagers, old format matches. You can play any type of money match you want. Someone there will probably be down to do it. And yeah, with all that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.